Yo, what's good? What's good? I know, guys, I know y'all probably thinking, yo, it's late. What is this dude doing, man? Yes, y'all, it is 11:40 on Sunday night. But listen, we gonna drop it, man. Well, I told you guys, listen, my bad, we gonna keep coming with the podcast every week. Gonna keep them coming, man. I got y'all. We gonna hold it down. Now, before we jump into the topic of this evening, I wanted to talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz about a lot of different things that's been going on. Eddie Winslow. For those of you that don't know who Eddie Winslow is, I don't know. I don't know if I even should talk about it to the younger generation. So Eddie Winslow was on this sitcom called Family Matters, right? Pretty decent guy, man. Great kid in the show anyway. Anyway, Eddie has grew up and he's been trending about doing a video with an only fans person, and the person is supposed to be trans. What are we doing, fam? Like the last time he was in the news, you know what I mean? He was basically just saying, like, listen, man, the rumors are a lie. Y'all don't believe that mess or whatever. Now we got you on video, fam, of the young man. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, man, Eddie Winslow, come on, brother, get it together, man. Please get it together. So, guys, I just recently watched Ali Sadiq's stand up. Let me just tell you guys, man, if you haven't got a chance to check out Ali Sadiq's stand ups lately, he's doing like a series. I want to say it's like freaking supposed to be like 50 of them or something like that. Like, no, my bad, 20. It's supposed to be 20 parts where he kind of like just goes through his life. And when I tell y'all, man, it's so genius. It's so phenomenal. Like just listening and hearing the different things that he's been through. Like I'm not gonna say I knew him when he first came out, but I actually heard about him before Cat Williams said something about him or whatever. And I thought that he was a brilliant comic. But some things came out, man, and then I seen the way that he was moving with the Cat Williams situation. Wasn't a fan of it, man. It kind of made me lose a little bit of respect for him. And then I watched his stand up, man. Like, dude is so authentic, you know what I'm saying, and just being honest, man, when he's telling his story from start to finish. And when I tell y'all, it is phenomenal. So again, he's doing like 20 parts. I think he's on part 3 right now. It's called like the Domino Effect. Go check it out. Ali Sadiq on YouTube. It's called the Domino Effect. Part 1, part 2 was part 2 was tough, man. Part 3 phenomenal. But yeah, he's going around. I want to say part 4 is supposed to premiere on the 16th of June at 12 p.m. It'll be on his YouTube channel. But man, when I tell you phenomenal, if you haven't got a chance to check it out, please go and check that out. He actually recently did a interview on the Breakfast Club as well, 3 days ago. That you guys can go and check that out. I heard something about Romeo, some injuries from his car accident, man. So y'all keep Romeo in y'all prayers or whatnot, man. Hopefully that brother gets better. Finally, I believe that the beef is starting to die down with that Drake and Kendrick mess. Hopefully, we are over that. Tyrese runs off stage when somebody tries to serve him papers. Hey, shout out to the guy that tipped him off. Shout out to whoever tipped him off, man. Get up out of there, brother. Get up, get up out of there. Like that was crazy. But one of the crazy things that I seen was Ludacris Ludacris has really become Ludacris. Your boy said that he could beat Lil Wayne and Jay-Z in a lyrical battle. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. I'm not saying that Ludacris is not a talented artist because he most certainly is. The man definitely deserves his flowers. And maybe, a little reality check as well. Again, dope artist, man. Dope artist. Definitely one of the greats. Definitely one of the greats, man. But I ain't gonna put you up there with Lil Wayne or Jay Z, fam. Like for real. You reaching. In a lyrical battle? Nah. I don't even think it's even close. Oh, yeah, I don't even think it's even close, man. I don't know what the heck Ludacris was thinking about. Your boy jumped out the woodwork with that one. Talking about, yeah, I believe that I can compete with Lil Wayne and Jay Z. I feel like he was doing some stuff for clout, man. Hopefully, the Shannon Sharp and Shaq beef has died down as well, man. I'm a little bit disappointed in them two grown men, both highly successful in their careers during football, during basketball and after. As a commentator, as again on Club Shay, man, that thing is doing numbers. I forgot what the name of it is. The Night Podcast, whatever it is, man, with Ocho Cinco. Like everything is going well, man. Stop finding a reason to beef with each other, man, and figure out ways to collab with each other. I gotta give it to Shaq because he definitely is one of the greats, one of the big greats, man. When you talk about some of the greatest big men to come through, Shaq is always gonna be in that conversation. If he's not number one, he's definitely gonna always remain in the top three. Like just a dominating force, man. A dominating force. At the time that he got into that thing in the lead to the time that he left, just a dominator. I mean, we can kind of say something about how many times he failed and how he failed. We'll get into that. But also, man, he kind of threw a little bit of shade at Shannon. And I think that Shannon should have, kept his comments to himself about the things that he had to say. But they basically it all started with Shaq basically um telling I don't what is it, Jokovic, whatever the guy's name is, that he don't think that he should have won, the MVP or whatever. He think that they should have gave it to whoever or whatnot. And Shannon butted in and was just basically saying that he felt like Shaq was jealous, which I don't think so. I don't think Shaq honestly doesn't strike me as the jealous type. I could be wrong, but especially when we consider, what I'm saying, how much Shaq has done for other people, things that he's been involved with, and he had already said that prior to having to present that young man with the award or whatever, giving him his flowers. He's like, I just thought that it should have went to somebody else or whatever, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, Shannon Sharp basically was saying that he felt like he was hating, and Shaquille kind of got on him and was basically saying like, "Listen, bro, keep my name out your mouth." And I was always and I will always be one of the top guys in the industry or whatever, man. No matter what you say. And to Shannon Sharp's defense, man, Shannon Sharp came from he didn't come from a big college. He didn't come from, a certain type of background. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't always the biggest guy. Wasn't always the strongest guy. But he worked his butt off from the country. Worked his butt off. And you can see it in his everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Through, the things that he eat, how he diets or whatever, his workout, work ethic. When he first got into it, into doing, commentating or whatever, he didn't really know too much. Even when he got put on by Skip Bayless. That's why he continues to thank Skip Bayless for the opportunity. And he did what he always do. Like, listen, I may not be the best when it comes to this stuff, but I'm going to study some of the greats and I'm going to apply that work ethic to, what I'm doing right now. And again, man, what is the number one podcast in the well, he won podcast of the year this year. Shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams definitely had a big part in that, man. But you can't knock that man, man. He's always been and will always be one of the hardest working guys in the business, man. I just hope that those two guys can stop bickering, come together and cut that mess out, man. Cardi B. Cardi B gets some backlash from the Met Gala. She didn't know or she didn't remember the guy's name, and a lot of people had some smoke for her because of that. JT getting into it with Suki, and I haven't heard the diss track, but they say that Suki dropped a heck of a diss track. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's some things that I follow, or some people that I'll follow or listen to, and there's some people I just, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll talk about it briefly, but we gonna definitely keep it pushing. And older news: Kim K got booed on the Tom Brady roast. Hey, like they say, man, she's a villain in most people's stories. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and jump into the topic of this evening, which is Kale Mitchell. Shout out to my brother, man, from the Keenan and Kale show, Good Burger, all that. Man, these are some of our people that we knew growing up, man, and seeing them now, it is so crazy, man. When I tell you Kale, that dude still looks like he's like 30 years old, maybe in his late 20s. I'm like, yo, who's this dude? Like, yo, bro, what's your skincare regimen? What's your workout regimen? Because man, he did a phenomenal job of keeping himself up over the years. We've not seen a lot of people fall off, man. But seeing the people that you used to watch growing up as a kid, to see them back on camera, man, and still have a lot of energy, still full of life, still moving, still, prospering, doing great things, man. It's a blessing, honestly, seeing them. So definitely got to take my hats off to Shannon Sharp for bringing him out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a minute since I done heard about him for real. I literally forgot about my boy. But anywho, man, on Club Shay, Keenan was speaking about, well, my bad, not Keenan, but Kale was speaking about his wife. He was speaking about his wife, and he's basically, again, allegedly said that his ex-wife was cheating and got pregnant by multiple men during the marriage. Bruh. Man, listen. Anyway, it was a messy divorce, and unfortunately, man, Kale thought about ending his life, man, which is extremely unfortunate, man. Extremely unfortunate. Man, there was even some talk about Kale's ex putting a curse on him, had an exorcism and demons spoke out of him. It was crazy to hear some of that stuff, man. And prior to this, they actually said, I don't know if it was like a few years back or whatever, that, she came out and was basically trying to say that she caught him and Nick Cannon in their house, and Nick Cannon had on her cheerleading outfit in the bed. Man, listen, I'm just like, yo, come on, fam. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? And again, this happened from what I heard. Allegedly, this she was already putting doggone rumors out there. So I guess he got on Shannon's couch and was basically just speaking the truth. But I wanted to talk to you guys today, man. Like we're gonna definitely dig into this, and I want this to kind of be a lesson to some people out there, because going into it, he had gotten her pregnant beforehand, right? And they arrived at the, well, I'm not gonna say they, she, from what he said, allegedly, she basically said that she didn't want to have the child, and she ended up, getting rid of the child. From what he said, allegedly, it was her decision. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yo, I just don't want to go through with this. Anyway, fast forward a little bit later, she is pregnant again. I'm just like, yo, bro, what are you doing? And so what ends up happening, again, Killer's like 20, 21 at the time. He ends up marrying the young lady. And it kind of seemed like under the circumstances or whatever, he didn't want to have a child out of wedlock. He grew up in what it seemed like a two-parent household. Him and his mom, had everything together. He didn't want to be that mess up. So he was like, I want to do things the right way. I'm going to go ahead and put a ring on this young lady's finger. And we're going to get married. So come to find out, they had a conversation, and he said this was early on in the marriage. They had a conversation, and she told him that the baby that she got rid of wasn't even his. Bruh, man. I was like, what? When I tell y'all, man, Shannon's mouth dropped. Mine did too. I had to rewind. I'm just like, yo, what did she just say? Yeah. The child that she got rid of wasn't even by Kale. It was by some other guy. Right? So fast forward a little bit later on or whatnot, they they were going through some things or whatnot. Um and they had basically got to the point where, from what he said, again, all allegedly, they weren't, you know, being sexual towards each other. But apparently she was. She was still dealing with another guy. She ended up getting pregnant by someone else while they were married. And the reason why he came to this conclusion because they weren't being sexual. Bruh, I'm just like, man, what the heck is like what am I listening to right now? Long story short, man, Kale ended up she was, I want to say, I think she was out one night. He took the keys and went to go look for her. He pulled up at a hotel because he seen his car parked at a hotel. Pulled up at a hotel, seen his car parked. So I guess he goes, in the lobby or whatever. And lo and behold, the guy was going to the car, going to his car or whatever. And so Kale pulled up on him. He's like, yo, take me upstairs. Listen, I ain't got no beef with you, but we're gonna go ahead and have a little face-to-face conversation. So he ended up, going up there, whatever. They had like a little conversation or whatnot. And she was, from what he was saying, she was like, yeah, I don't know if she made a mistake or whatever, take me back, whatnot. He ended up leaving. Then he ended up, I guess, getting to the car and be like, yo, no, man, that was disrespectful. I need to go back up here and talk and have a conversation. Anyway, the police was called, and after that, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out, she ended up dealing with somebody else and ended up getting pregnant by another guy. So from what I got from the Shannon Sharp or a Club Shay podcast, when Kel Mitchell was on there was a young lady that was basically sleeping around and got pregnant by two different guys while in a marriage with was arguably one of the hottest, artists of at that time. You know what I mean? Like Kel was on everything. I'm talking about he was on everything, man. The dude was rapping, singing, doing movies on everybody else's TV shows, like anything you name it, man. Like he was honestly doing it. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Stuff like this happens, right? Unfortunately. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on into it, man. Let's go ahead and speak about And I'm actually gonna I'm gonna speak to these different points coming from a how it is to be in a kid's shoes, right? Because on the other side, from what she was saying, to her defense, and I'm gonna listen to that Tasha K video that she did. I haven't got a chance to get around to it just yet, but they were saying that Kale kind of abandoned her, abandoned the kids for like 10 years, didn't speak to them, whatever, just kind of, I guess, just abandoned them. Wasn't paying child support, owes like 1 point something $1 million in child support or whatever. And the children, well, the daughter, I ain't gonna say the children, but the daughter, from what I've seen in one post, again, allegedly was basically backing the mom up and saying, he just disappeared. And if you guys haven't seen my other YouTube channel, Katie the Great and Katie's Empire, I actually did a live video about the dancing crypto dad. I feel like we've seen this before, or we see this a lot, where children oftentimes believe that things are one-sided. Again, I'm equal smoke, equal accountability across the board, but I think that a lot of times it's only passed out. It's only like a one-way street when it comes to things like this. And again, if I'm speaking based on, coming from a child, at whatever age you witness your mom and your dad split, and for whatever reason you don't see your dad, you know what I mean, for years. In most kids' eyes, they're gonna believe, or they're gonna think that the dad basically just abandoned or whatever. But the children don't really understand what honestly took place during that time, or like we seen with the dancing crypto dad or whatever. The guy was actually there. You know what I mean? Even though the daughter was trying to put this type of image out there, that he actually kept receipts for how much money he paid, which was million. He gave millions of dollars to the family after they got in a divorce. And mind you, his wife wanted that divorce. But according to the daughter, from what she quote unquote remembers, he abandoned, he left, he remarried, he started breakdancing or whatever, became famous, and forgot all about the family. Like, in reality, no, that's not the truth, man. I think if most of the time when you dig deeper into these stories, we start to really find out the truth behind it. Again, it's always important to keep those receipts, whether it's text messages, whether it's pictures, or whatever. Oftentimes, you're dealing with a lot of people that have some type of entitlement for whatever reason. They feel like that you owe them something, or just because we're married, what I mean, you're gonna do whatever I say, or just because we have a child together, what I mean, you gonna listen, and you're gonna do whatever it is that I say, and if you don't, then the heck with you. And so again, to a child's mindset, man, they might see that, and they might think, you know he did honestly just pack up and leave. And so I wanted to honestly speak to this thing. Again, I don't want to speak to it like coming from anything outside of being a mature adult. I'm not saying this is the proper way to go about doing things as a mother. I'm not saying this is the proper way to do things or go about doing things as a father, as a parent, or any of those things. I'm going to speak to it as an adult. All right, a respectful human adult. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. Let me get a little bit of water real quick. So, say for instance, right? As a human being, you need to understand this. When it comes to children, it's like this: what you put in them is what they give to the world. That's bottom line. We're gonna really jump into this thing, man. So we kind of jumping from the Kale situation to just some things that we honestly we need to talk about. Not as men, not as women, not as mothers, not as fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, adopted parent, whatever. No, we're not going to approach it from anything outside of being an a respectful person. All right, that's the approach that we're going to take. Right. So you need to understand this. Whatever you put into children, that's what they give back to the world. So when you are being mean, when you're being hateful, when you are looking at them mean, when you are treating them a certain type of way, you need to understand that children's brains are like sponges. They soak all of that up. And it has to go somewhere, right? As a sponge, that has to go somewhere. Hold on one second, guys. Let me get a little bit more water. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. We are back. We are back. We had to pay some bills real quick. Had to pay some bills. We back though. We back. But yeah, anything that you give to children, they give that back into the world. Like they push that back into the world, whatever that may look like. So again, coming from being a respectful person, and I have to give a lot of credit to some of my old jobs, right? Uh, Being a lifeguard, you know what I mean? Being a fitness instructor, being a water aerobics instructor, dealing with customers, whether it's through, just customer service or fast food or whatever, man. It's important that we take a lot of those life lessons and we apply that to our everyday life to make us better people, right? And when I think about, when I honestly sit back and I think about like what ways can we improve each and every day in our everyday lives. You want to be better, you want to do better, you want to put your best foot forward, especially when you are in the presence of, first and foremost, definitely children, but people in general. Like anytime you come in contact with anybody, you should always be trying to put your best foot forward. But really doing that when it comes to children, being in the presence of children. Again, children are like sponges. They're soaking all of that up. That's information. That's things that they literally download, and again, they're gonna eventually put that stuff back out into the world. So we have to be extremely careful about how we go about doing things, man. Because when we are really loving people, when we are respectful people, when we are, all those things that we want to hopefully be remembered for, or be known for. I want to say remember, you know what I mean? You want to go ahead and start putting those things in place right now. Like what do you want to be known for? What do you want your children to know you for? Being hardworking, being respectful, having patience, never to quit, never to give up, like those type of things. These are not things that you just say. These are things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Again, so you have to be extremely careful about how you speak to your children, or how you speak to children. I'm not going to say just to your children, but just to children in general. Again, whatever you give them, that's what they take, and that's what they put back out into the world. The things that you're doing and you're saying to your children, you're molding them right now to be the people that they're going to be for the rest of their lives. And each day you need to understand that when you're around children, especially if you work around children, they're taking all of that information, they're soaking that information up, and they literally go out and they do exactly what it is that they see and they hear from the people that they spend most of their time around, the people that they look up to, the people that they value, the people that they love. And if that's you, you need to ask yourself, man, am I doing what I need to do when I'm around them? I don't give a if you only get 30 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, or whatever with those children. You got to honestly ask yourself, like this time that I'm around them, am I displaying, the type of character that I want to instill in them? Am I that person that I want them to look up to? And I think that honestly, a lot of it really boils down and goes back to respect. Respect is like one of the number one things, man. Definitely got to give it to those parents that understand that respect, awareness, patience, like those things honestly go so far in life. And I promise you, they will put you so far ahead of everybody else that's in the game that those things are literally game changers. It's gonna get and keep you and put you into rooms that other people can't get in because they don't have that sense of awareness. And being around, socializing, rubbing elbows with certain people, like it's not hard to tell, like the people that have honestly been raised right, the people that, yo, I see you honestly, like you're gonna be extremely successful, and the other people that don't understand how important it is to have certain qualities when you get in certain rooms. Like even if you had it, you would lose it because you don't have what it takes, honestly. You don't have what it takes, man. And again, going back to children, their mindsets, them being sponges, soaking all of that stuff up. It doesn't take much and it doesn't take long to have an impact on people's lives. But the time that you do get, you make the most out of it. The time that you do get around anybody, you need to make sure that you are basically almost like on your best behavior, man. When people talk about becoming the best version of themselves, like a lot of times you're gonna have to fake it till you make it. Like the people that are learning how to become something, it's not just a snap of your fingers and you automatically become that. No, like you're gonna have to walk the walk. You're gonna have to talk the talk. You might not be there yet, but you're gonna get there. Time, time. It takes time, man. It takes time, and you got to take things slow, one step at a time, man. One step at a time. And I promise you, when you start to really pay close attention to how you're moving and have that sense of awareness to know who's around you, who's paying attention, and how your words and how you move affect those other people that are around you that are coming in contact with you. I promise you, a lot of y'all will really start to move different if you understand really understood the consequences behind those actions. When you're looking mean, when you're raising your voice, when you're doing the most when you don't have to. I guess it's so easy for you to be able to get your point across and speak exactly how I'm speaking right now. Again, when you are a child, you think as a child, you do as a child, but when you become an adult, a grown adult, you need to change your ways. You need to switch it up, man. As you get older, you should be shifting how you are moving. If you are remaining the same, then something is wrong. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I acted as a child. I thought that yelling and screaming and fighting was the way to get my point across. And as I got older, I was like, yo, I don't have to raise my voice at all. People understand that I mean business just by the voice that I'm using right now. I have no reason to raise my voice. I have no reason to fight. I have no reason to look at you mean, to drop them eyebrows, for you to understand and know that I mean business. I can speak directly to you. I mean, I can speak directly to you, yeah, exactly how I'm speaking right now. And you understand that I mean business. I think that if a lot of people like really understood that, we'll be a lot better off. And I'm gonna say this, man, to a lot of people that are parents, soon to be parents, thinking about being parents. Again, I'm speaking now. I'm speaking from that inner child, right? Coming from a person that was that kid. I have seen a lot of my friends disrespect their mothers. And when I tell you, I got into it with a lot of them. I got into it with every single last one of them because that's one thing you just don't do. You don't disrespect your mother. You don't disrespect your father. You don't disrespect the person that's looking out for you, looking out for your better interests. But one thing that I honestly noticed, that those children that were being disrespectful, is because they had most. Well, I'm not gonna say most of the time. Some of the times it was because they had a disrespectful parent, a parent that was yelling and screaming at them for the smallest things, or yelling and screaming at them again when you do not have to yell and scream. Children give you what you give them. Eventually, it might be a week, a month, a year down the line. If you're one of those people that continue to sit there and think that yelling, screaming, raising your voice, putting your hands on them is the answer every single last time, I'm telling you, man, oftentimes that thing goes left. I have never seen that thing go left when you have a child that has a guardian. I ain't even gonna say a parent, but a guardian that speaks to them like this. Never seen them go left. They have the most respect for that guardian because they're like, yo, you don't treat me like everybody else. You don't treat me like, my teachers. You don't treat me like my mom. You don't treat me like my dad. You don't treat me like, this person that's raising me. But you actually respect me enough not to raise your voice at me. But you're talking to me like I'm a human being. You're not talking down to me. You know what I mean? Like you're talking to me. You're not talking at me. You're talking to me. I'm telling you, those children have the most respect. Those children end up being teenagers, young adults, grown adults that have so much respect for those people that don't do the most. It don't take much, man. It don't take much for you to get your point across. Like I can literally speak and talk to you just like this. I mean, I do it with everybody else. Why in the world would I raise my voice? You know what I mean? With somebody that either came out of me, came from me, or somebody that I'm taking care of. It makes no sense. And I think the sooner that people start to look at the bigger picture, the sooner they'll realize that life is honestly not as hard as people try to make it out to be. It's really not. You don't have to do all of that extra stuff again to get your point across. I can be as calm, cool, and collected as I am right now. And if somebody is, just doing the most, I can, hey, just chill out for a second. Relax. Hey, can you, just tone it down? I'm trying to do something over here. I promise you, man, it works. It literally works. We got to know the doggone person. Hey, I'm over here, saying trying to work. Is it okay if you tone it down just a little bit? Just have a conversation with them, man. Short, sweet, straight, straight to the point or whatever. I don't have to yell. I don't have to scream. Through that tone, they understand that. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not doing this because I got any, ill will or beef towards you. I'm trying to accomplish something, and I just need for you to do. Can you do this for me? Most people will be. I'm telling you, man, they would absolutely love to help, especially children. Listen, they got so much doggone energy. They want to be helpful. They want for you. Like if you need help with anything, listen, I'm here. That's what my hands are for. All of this energy is for, of course, me to be a kid or whatnot. But yeah, I got you. What was this? Man. My bad, y'all. I'm getting messages from companies left and right now. I don't know what it is. Hey, shout out to anybody that's sharing those videos. I do appreciate it. But I wanted to bring this thing back full circle and just say this, man. We just have to be careful about how we're moving. Like, if you're one of those people that don't just talk about doing things, but you really want to do better and be better in every aspect of your life, then you need to put that best foot forward every single day. And it's not hard. Again, life becomes a million times easier when you just give in, because this is how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be, chill, laid back. You're not supposed to be aggressive. You're not supposed to be, argumentative. You're not supposed to be that type of person that's looking for a fight. Unless you box or do UFC or something like that. And if you do that, hey, make your money. It is what it is. But again, if you just a person like myself, man, listen, I just want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy, the people around me. Good grief. Yeah, I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy the people around me. I want to enjoy the company that's around me. And I want to have more people around me that have that abundance type of mindset. Like I definitely want to grow. I definitely want to do more. I definitely want to be an asset to the group. I want to be used in some way. And we'll get into that in another video. But I want to be. Let's say this. I want to be useful. I ain't gonna say I want to be used. I want to be useful to the group. I don't want to be used. I don't think anybody honestly wants to be used. But you want to be useful. It all honestly boils down to, I look at it like this: you got lazy people, and then you got people that. That's how I look at it. Either you're lazy or you're not. I think that pretty much sums up most people, man. Either you're lazy, you make excuses as to why you can't do something, or you're on the other side of the fence. Not saying that you're, highly motivated and you're trying to accomplish every single last. No, man. No, either you're lazy or you're not. Let's just put it like that. And those people that aren't lazy, those people that are looking at things, like looking at the bigger picture, and they know and they understand that I want to improve, because I understand when I improve, my life gets easier. When I don't improve, when I'm closed minded, when I'm shut off, when I'm argumentative, those people's lives are always going to be hard. It's never going to get easy for those people, because you're constantly fighting with other people and you're constantly fighting with yourself. You don't get better like that. You always going to remain stuck because of your mindset. You are literally a prisoner to yourself. But like I've said time and time again, people, it is so much better on the side. It's better on the side when you let go of all that hate, all that frustration, wherever it's being trapped up. You need to lock in and figure out whatever it is, man. When you start to learn to let stuff go, life is like water. It just flows a million times better when you give up all of that mess. Stop thinking that that's a part of who you are. That's not it. That's not you. A part of who you are is it has nothing to do with being negative. It doesn't. Don't let anybody else tell you different. That's not you. That's somebody else. You're holding on to some mess that you should not be holding on to. And again, that's the reason why a lot of people are stuck in life. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. It got everything to do with you and your mindset. And you can't let stuff go. Again, constantly fighting, constantly looking for reasons to start or pick a fight. You got to get that mess up, man. And you don't just do it in one area towards one person. You start to, I'm telling you, man, it's like a freaking domino effect. When you start to realize when you attack that thing on the mainstream, it just reflects in all areas of your life. You stop having so much aggression, so much hate towards everybody else. And you're actually able to finally start living and enjoying life because you don't let go of that mess. A lot of y'all are holding on to stuff, man. And I promise you that type of stuff, it will spread. It's like cancer. It's cancer to you. And it will eat you up if you hold on to it. You got to let it go. You literally have to let that mess go, man. Be better. That better version of yourself has been waiting on you to become better. Start to enjoy life, man. People start they love being around you. You get emails, you get text messages, you get phone calls every single day. People trying to pay you for your time. Life changes, man. Life changes when you let go of that mess. Just understand, man, you are putting that stuff into your children, into other people's children. And the person that is really affected, that is killing, is you. And then again, that thing just spread. It spread like wildfire. You got to let it go. But anyway, before we get up out of here, guys, again, I never like to end on a negative note. I always like to end on a positive note. Y'all, the support has been phenomenal. When I tell y'all, I have been getting packages left and right. Like every time that I pull back up at the studio, it was a freaking package sitting outside. And I'm just literally throwing that thing in the house, taking off and getting back to work. We closed our rings every day this week, and I plan on doing the exact same thing next week. We have a massive tech unboxing that we'll be shooting this week, so y'all be on the lookout for that. We have a lot of reviews that's going to be going out. I post on Katie the Great every single day now. Katie's Empire is still somewhat under construction, man. I'm in the process of working on that trailer for that YouTube channel, the trailer for GQ Real Estate, and we have videos going out on every other day on GQ Real Estate. We got a lot brewing, man. And also, we'll be getting back to shooting Hustle and Motivate this week. I've been waiting on my brother to hit me back, man. He's gotten back from vacation, so I'm waiting to hear back from him. If I don't hear back from him in a day or two, we're just gonna start shooting by ourselves. Y'all already know how I am, man. When it comes to shooting this movie, either you with me or you're not. If you're not with me, I will figure out a way to go ahead and get all the other shots, and then we can, just plug you in a little bit later. Trust me, that's just the way my brain works. Also, land, guys, purchasing land. That land will be in the works, and we'll announce that thing around my birthday about, the how everything is going, which land I decided to go with. Even give you guys I don't know, we might throw the price out there, or we might wait till the end to announce the price. Yeah, we might wait till the end to announce the price, but I'll throw everything else out there, man, so you guys will be able to have a little bit of insight on how I went about choosing which plot of land I end up going with. It's two right now. It's two in the works, but yeah, I'll go ahead and give y'all a little list on GQ Real Estate. Y'all be on the lookout for that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. And please, I beg y'all, send this to somebody that you care about. All right, somebody that you want to improve. All right. Even if you have to skip past all of the hot topics, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Y'all can skip past the hot topics and just focus on that last part. It is so freaking important, man. So important. But anyway, before we get up out of here, y'all know we didn't get a chance to start it like this, but we will finish it like that. All right. I want to give a huge shout out to Magic Mind, man. Magic Mind has been a proud sponsor of these podcasts so far, and today is no different. All right. Until the next time, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast.
All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. You know, as a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, you know, with that, a lot of stress, he was drinking a lot of caffeine, and turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over, and I tried it out for the first day, and this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, so I'm a little bit on the drain side, and I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time. All right. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. And we give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Whew. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind. They recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa. Too bad, would you know that?